Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Anthony, and welcome back to another Supersonic Page Turner podcast with my good friend here, Tom. See, now it's so normal that I'm caught off guard now. Anyway, so last time we did issues 9 through 16. Today we are going to continue with 17 through 24. And we will start with the cover art of number 17, and it is, oh God, what is that?
Oh, it's human Sonic. You know, we're gonna need to break this down, Anthony. We're gonna need to break this down. So let's start from the top. Oh yeah, the Sonic. But let's start to the top. Oh yeah, the name of the story is Sonic is Human. We see the Sonic's human design. So we have this weird head with dot eyes, with a realistic human nose. With the mohawk, I guess that's like a good interpretation of like the mohawk they like to give in the U.S. And
Yeah,
then you get to the body, and you see the weird little body. I guess to keep in proportion with Sonic's weird body, the weird little out of proportion body to this head
I don't like
with the
his
tank top.
clothes. I don't like his clothes or lack thereof. I mean, I get it. Like, hey, what is like a natural show of what Sonic looks like where it's shows
Where
his like he has that weird like the circle oval pattern on his stomach, and then he's got his tan arms or peach colored arms. And I mean, I get it. Naturally you would think of a tank top or something or a vest, you know. But I don't
this was the
know.
90s. Uh, the
Um,
shoes. I guess that's an interesting. I guess that's an interesting go back on Sonic's real shoes. Um,
I
but
mean,
the head, the
I gotta
mixture of
say
the
though,
body,
the shoes are pretty good though. They look pretty good.
yeah, and then the cutout gloves. I don't know. I guess this is a good one to one. Like if they had to really think, well, how do you put Sonic in human form? It's all right.
Yeah, and that will always be a trend, a forever trend that goes on in fan art even now. Everyone has their own interpretation of what a human quote unquote Sonic would look like.
I like
With
seeing like a human Bugs Bunny. It's always weird.
yeah, there are some that lean more into the anthropomorphic stuff. Anthropomorphic, is that how you pronounce it? Anthro.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
more
It's anthropomorphic.
Yeah, basically the more anthro stuff, basically giving you more animalistic traits that is part of his design, like his ears and stuff like that, rather than leaning a bit more into human. And I mean, there's everything in between with that. Some of them are surprisingly interesting, like this. Then there's the official, not official, but it's about as close as we're gonna get by Yuji Irakawa. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. Basically the main art director for I mean the main I guess he
Yeah, he
does
was
all
the
the
art director for Sonic Adventure, right? The
yeah,
Adventure series.
for from Adventure and up until now he still does work. He does a lot of work
Oh,
for Sonic Channel and stuff like that. His art style has drastically changed to a more from the lot more looser kind of radical 90s style of Sonic to a lot more like model sheet kind of not rigid but more like in character poses and stuff like that. He
weird
had
mini
yeah.
leg.
Yeah, and around that time, he did make his own interpretation of what a human Sonic would look like.
Oh
Uh,
darn! I have
I'll probably throw up a picture.
to look that up later.
Yeah, I'll throw up a picture
Oh,
in the video. I'll cut out this
oh.
part too of me saying that. But yeah, it was interesting, and it's I mean it's still pretty funky, but I like it more than this.
Yep. All right. Let's get to the contents inside.
Yeah, so to summarize, we've got another dastardly situation with Sonic the Human. It looks like there was a word there that was scratched out. That's not important. Anyways, looks like Dr. Robotnik has captured Tails in his Death Egg robot and is about to crush Sonic under his heel, like the rodent he is to the Doctor. And then suddenly, a boy wakes up. Turns out it's all a dream. He's but he has all the memories and the ideas of Sonic. It's almost like Sonic was actually human this whole time. Thinks he might have just transformed into some weird flesh mammal. Goes downstairs, sees his own mother, which surprises him. She tries to make him eat a rotted egg for his breakfast. He doesn't like that, so he takes off out into the backyard. And there he meets a nerdy human like Tails who gets his ass kicked. And Sonic knocks himself out because he tried to spin dash into a wall, which is pretty hard to do. He wakes up again, back in his bed, and his mother comes in to feed him that weird rotten egg. And he doesn't take too well to that. He breaks out of the covers and he transforms into Sonic the Hedgehog, not a human anymore. Turns out it was actually some kind of weird Matrix like machine that was putting Sonic into a weird dreamlike state into this weird world trying to brainwash him. Tails is there as well. And it based off of what happened to Tails in that weird human world, it looks like Tails might have just gotten beaten in that. Sonic goes after the doctor. Eggman escapes, and the two are left behind in his base, ready to blow it up. That's the
Yeah,
summary. Let's
that's what
talk about
happened.
let's talk about the art.
Um,
Oh dear
Edward
God,
Hilliard again. I like it.
I like it too. You know what? He actually despite my griefs of what the Sonic human Sonic looks, he actually does get a good idea down of like posing and the composition. I love how like it looks like twisted whenever the mother's on screen.
Yep. I like his room in the beginning here. There's a lot of stuff going on there. And you can also see some Sonic stuff, like in the top right, you see the tornado and one of Eggman's badniks.
Mhm.
You see the giant hammer.
You see the
The
Genesis.
coloring, yeah,
Yeah.
coloring really great. I feel like the Sonic human design works better when it's actually like in comic.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying it's still great, but I feel like in comic when he's drawing, I feel like it works better. At
Yeah.
least it makes me feel a lot less awkward about it
Yeah, I
than
would
the
agree.
cover did.
Yeah, I would agree. Like he I don't know. It definitely seems like a lot more natural in this, even though like again, I
I
don't
think
agree with the
the
design, but he does really well with it.
I think the reason is like look in the second panel in the second page. Um, I feel it's because of like the body's a lot more proportional to the head
Oh yeah.
than the cover where it's like microscopic on top of a big head.
That really, you know what? That pretty much really is just it, huh? Just the proper proportion, really just I mean, I still don't agree with the design, but it brings it together better than what the hell the first one was.
Yeah, really does. Also, look in the second page. Gosh, you're right. The coloring and especially like the green with the shadows.
Oh yeah. I
Especially
love
that
the
scene where you see Sonic. Oh, continue.
oh, I was gonna say I love it when he's going down the stairs, you see the very accurate silhouette of Sonic.
Yeah, which kind of matches him except for the pointy shoes, which kind
Yeah.
of makes you go, oh, that's a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, if
Oh,
you
so
didn't
we
know
see
about the
Sonic's mother. Yeah, but I mean, like the actual design, his shoes are squared, so it wouldn't really exactly match his.
well, no, I
Then
mean
again, it
like
could be distortions with the shadow.
it's not distortion, it's foreshadowing.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's a good foreshadow for what really happening, which I assume every kid here probably was like, yeah, probably guessed it.
Yeah.
Sonic's mom, the closest we ever see to British Sonic's mom, I think,
Hmm.
which isn't real because it's just Robotnik.
Yeah. Which the announcement that it is Sonic's mom really surprises Sonic. Like almost look like he's I don't know, like I don't know how to describe that
Yeah,
emotion. He's just more surprised, but he's accepting of it. Like he goes and sits down and everything. Like it's weird. Like I guess Is this supposed to be some kind
Well,
of subtle telling that Sonic actually wishes deeply for a family?
I think it's just Robotnik's mind controlling, trying to make him obey.
Yeah.
Because remember at the end, Robotnik's like, "Oh, it's supposed to make you obey," and then we see like the distortion of his mom making the egg, which is the biggest tell off of, yeah, this ain't right.
Hmm.
Sonic has his super speed in this, so Robotnik controls this mind war. I guess not completely. I guess the Sonic piece rebelling, so like Neo from the Matrix, he can still use stuff he knows. So he still had his super speed.
Yeah. And the Spinach doesn't quite work because, I mean, realistically, the Spinach wouldn't work because he's not a hedgehog, he's a human. Hedgehogs just naturally have an ability to curl into a ball. He just doesn't. So
And
he just
he
somersaults into the
just
wall.
yeah. So this kind of confirms to me like there are humans in Sonic's world, at least like things close to humans. There's nothing like a normal neighborhood in Sonic's world.
Yeah.
Also, Sonic, like in the end of the story, like, sort of like couldn't describe the thing that he turned into. Does he like not understand that he became a human, or did he just like that didn't register to him?
Does he even know what a human is?
Well, he's seen Robotnik
Yeah,
and
but like,
Kentavor,
yeah, you're right. You're right. It's just
so
like,
he would know, have a point of reference.
yeah. So no, you're right. Yeah. It just seems kind of weird because like he doesn't identify himself as a human to begin with. He immediately just says, he's like, why am I ugly and pink?
Yeah, and actually towards the end, it's like we were in prison in a horrible, by huge, horrible creatures on a terrifying alien planet. So yeah, he didn't even associate that for what it was in the end.
Yeah. So I guess Robotnik and Kintabor don't count as humans. Obviously, they would be Mobians, probably in this context,
Yeah.
or
Uh,
Overworlders. Wait, that's something else.
or maybe Mobian and Earth, or I don't know. Also, we talk about Sonic Tails' human design in this.
Oh, Tails!
Oh,
Jeez.
God. Okay, okay. Let's start with the good I like. I like he has an aviator's jacket. Get it? Like a pilot's jacket. I like that.
Yeah.
The shoes aren't bad. I don't know where the hell the tails are coming from. Um, that could be anything. It could be his hair in this world.
It looks like it's his hair because when Sonic's looking through the fence and Tails' tail pops through, it's a position above his head. So it has to be his hair, I think.
Yeah, but is it moving during that? It could just be the wind. But yeah, but his face.
It's like a
Okay,
weird
the big
double pompadour.
yeah, but his face, like the weird bald head with the three hairs coming out, the glasses. I fine with the glasses, nerd. Um, the buck teeth, the weird nose. It's just the square top head. It just doesn't look good.
No, no, it doesn't. Tails was always supposed to be a cutesy sidekick. This is not cutesy at all. This is just stereotypical nerd.
Maybe Ed thought just nerd, or maybe this is cute to him. I don't know. Some people can't draw cute,
Yes, it's pretty bad.
but
And
yeah, it just does not look right. So Eggman's plan. Here's something I always like to do. Eggman's plan in this. This was a good plan. So I think he made the illusion a little too obvious.
yeah, when it's very like the Sonic, it was very clear when he was trying to, when Robotnik was trying to sink his grubby mitts into Sonic's brain, kind of in a way that the more he tried to influence Sonic, the more Sonic like saw through the cracks and fought back even harder.
Yeah, I guess I know the egg metaphor. Like the rotten egg is supposed to be Eggman, aka the rotten egg that also turned him into Eggman from Kintervore. But I'm like, if he controls the illusions, I would have said like make it a chili dog or something.
Yeah, something more appealing to Sonic.
So he did. So he just doesn't like, or maybe it's just supposed to be symbolic of taking over him, taking control.
Maybe keep in mind though it's Robotnik, so it probably he probably implemented it exactly like that because of his egotistical tendencies.
Yeah, the Eagle's probably like my machine can never be undone.
Hmm.
But yeah, and then Onyx stops him at the end, and Sonic breaks out of the machine's control, stops him again, and Robotnik gets away. Oh, he also saves that bat creature.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
saves a
what to
little
say? It was
bat from the buzz bomber.
yeah, I'll say it was a good story. The art really liked it. Like I said, art just just really great. He's probably like my I have to say this guy um Hillier probably is my second favorite artist right behind how am I forgetting his name?
Richard Elson.
Yeah, behind Richard Elson.
Mm,
At least in the normal rotation that we get.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. I
you
don't
want to
really
go
have
on
anything.
to the
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say on the main issue. We still got a side story to go through.
yeah, Tales' comic, Tales' Bizarre Adventures. Let's
The
go on.
Nameless Zone, Part Two, as Tails. We come back to Tails and the new and his group taking on Trog, taking on Trog across the bridge to stop his invasion. Whoever falls fails, and will have their and if Trog wins the duel, Tails is forced to concede, and Trog will take over the Nameless Zone. But if Tails wins, he stops Trog's assault, and Trog is forced to be sent back. As we could see, Tails is severely outmatched, and tricks Trog into hitting the bridge, and they both fall. However, Trog ended up doing that as a last-ditch effort to doom Tails while he grabs onto the rope, nearly declaring himself the victor, not knowing that those two tails are not just for show. Tails flies back up and threatens Trog with, "If you don't go back right now, I'm going to cut the rope and I'll watch you fall." Kind of fucked up. Um, Having Tails won the duel, Tails returns back from the Nameless Zone into Mobius, and with the one of the ancestors telling him that we shall call on you again if the need arises. Tails accepts, and he ends up back in Mobius and meets Sonic. Sonic's like catching up from the last issue. Sonic says, "Hey, when I told you to wait and stick around, you actually did it. I'm kind of proud of you, Tails." Tails is like, "Yeah, yeah, sure." That's the end of that little thing. What are your thoughts on
Right.
this one, Tom?
It was a pretty good one. So we see that the Nameless Zone has basically no security whatsoever. Have to rely on a little boy to save them.
Oh
Really,
yeah.
just one bridge is separates them from disaster. There's so many ways to guard that.
Why not just cut the bridge?
Yeah, like they did in this. But spoilers, the next we see that bridge is back up. So I guess maybe the bridge is magic. Maybe it puts itself back up all the time.
I guess. It's
Also,
weird because you have four guys here, and you're telling me that none of them are willing to participate to stop Trog. Like, if you beat him now or you throw him over the bridge, if you end him, that's it. The invasion doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't have to be a, every cycle kind of thing because they treat it like it's an event every cycle.
I guess okay. My head canon is there was a war between the goblins or the whatever the heck Trog. I think they're goblins. And the foxes. And eventually they decided this whole bridge thing was the good way to decide it without having to go into a war. That's the best explanation I can give.
I guess. I don't really have a whole lot on this because it's just a side story of Tails, just essentially outsmarting Trog and
Well,
sending the
I
villain
would
back.
say outsmarting. It was kind of accident. He
Yeah,
accidentally cut that part of the rope.
yeah, no, not outsmarting, lucking out.
Yeah, he lucked out. That wasn't planned.
Yep. He lucked out with his two
He
tails that A, he didn't die by falling over, and B, that he was in an advantage over Trog.
You know why didn't Tail just cut the? I guess well, Tail doesn't like to kill people.
Well, he
I
threatened
guess it's just
Trog.
like a rule.
He threatened Trog with, "If you don't leave now, I'm gonna cut the rope."
Yeah, but Trocker, I don't know. Probably good to get rid of him. But Tails probably doesn't want to do that. So, wonder this the series ever explains why Tail has two tails, or is she just a mutant freak?
I guess he's just.
Yeah, I wonder when this series. Yeah, he's just kind of like an X-Man.
I think they just treat it as that he's just born with two tails and that's it.
That's it. That's just his mutant. That's just his mutant power that none of
Yeah.
the other foxes have.
Yep.
Also, these enchanted wizards are pretty freaking worthless. I assume they have magic or something,
Yeah.
but they
Why
can't one
they didn't
guy with
bother
a
to?
sword.
Yeah, they didn't bother. You clearly have a warrior right there. Why not make him fight with tails?
I guess they're like, no, I guess 2 against 1 is bad. So that armor Tails got, it automatically gets off of him when he leaves the zone.
Yeah, he's it's like it's like he always it's for I guess every time he steps in, he suits up, whether he wants to or not.
Yep. Also, they said that the portal you have to get back quickly, or you must hurry, or risk staying in the nameless zone forever. How did Tails get out the nameless zone the first time?
I don't know. And that said, they said that they'll open the portal again whenever he needs help. So clearly it's not for forever.
Oh, would it just like get out of here?
I
Also,
don't
Tails has parents in here. They confirmed it. I hope we see them so we could just be like, Mom, Dad, our king are be making me fight evil. This ain't right.
I don't know.
Uh, but
You want to
yeah,
move on
the
to the
nameless
next one?
zone. Yeah, nameless zone. I'm gonna keep track of this. I want to see how every time. I want to see how useless the enchanted kings are. Anytime, I'll make a list on it. I'm starting it right now in a review doc. Boom. How worthless they are. All right, let's continue.
He's gonna be there for a
Also,
while.
Sonic does not learn about Tails does not tell Sonic about his adventure.
I think it's one of those things where Tails tells Sonic, and Sonic's obviously not gonna believe him because keep in mind Sonic's perception of Tails is pretty goddamn low.
Not low. He just sees him like a dorky little brother. I think he still treats him on missions, sees him fight.
I guess. He still treats him pretty badly, so he doesn't have like a very high opinion of him, anyways.
Hmm. Oh wait, no, I forgot. There is a reason. Because remember, he said if Sonic ever finds out, or am I thinking of next issue? All right, let's just go to the next issue. See if I'm thinking of that.
Maybe. Anyways,
Wait, here it is. No, this issue right here, first page. He says, "How can I tell everybody that I stretch the truth in my I can't speak stress the truth a little in my letters home. If Sonic ever finds out, he'll kill me." So he's scared if Sonic ever finds out that he made him a sidekick in his letters.
which means Sonic clearly would not take too well to that kind of thing. Or
So
this,
he probably just
sorry,
didn't say it.
yeah. At least this version of Sonic. I'm pretty sure any other version of Sonic would be like, that's kind of messed up. Don't do that, and leave it at that. I'm pretty sure this one will probably just make fun of Tails for the remainder of the goddamn issues.
Yep.
Anyways,
Okay. Yeah, let's move on.
moving on to Sonic the Comic issue number 18. This time with the cover art, we have an all new All Star on the cover. That's not just Sonic. We have Tails taking the limelight and Prower Power, a kid with a new story inside. Well, that story will be a side story for now, so we'll come back to it later. Um, I guess if we're gonna talk about the art of this one, it's nice. It's kind of basic, really.
It's very old Sonic art, like Sonic 1 art.
Yeah,
That's Sonic. Yeah, it's very old Sonic art with Tails' design, the Tails' face, with his long feet.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cute. You see Sonic in the background doing that like standard like tap his feet position you see him does in the game when you wait too long.
Yep. It's to really show that Tails is taking the limelight of this one. Not bad or anything, but Sonic's not really a big fan of that one.
Yep,
Anyways,
really makes you think that he was going to be the main person of the story. Made me think the first time I saw this, but I was wrong.
yep. Unfortunately, this
All right.
time we're in Casino Night Part 1 with, well, a new casino with I mean, we open up with a casino stretching the landscape, roller coasters and everything. It's less of a casino, more like an amusement park, if anything, it looks like. With the House of Fun, featuring those amazing electricians, the Marxio brothers, with Graccio, Ciccio, and Harpio. Uh, Along with that, we open with a dog losing everything in gambling, having Sonic and Porker Lewis and his new scuffy little jacket, um, calling him in and telling him that they got his back. That don't worry about the gambling stuff. That place was rigged from the start. Um, Along with that, you find out that the giant Eggman statue in there is actually hypnotizing everyone that comes in to gamble away everything, their belongings and everything to Dr. Robotnik. So it's not like anyone has a real addiction here. It's more like it's the influence of an evil doctor. Meanwhile, deep inside the base, the three electrician brothers are set out by Dr. Robotnik to stop Sonic. Sonic with Porker Lewis and using the device to stop the statue's hypnotizing beams. Uh, Unfortunately, it's not perfect. Sonic would have to get close to stop the machine, so he makes his way towards him. And we have the Marxio brothers trying their several traps, badniks, and everything, putting everything out no with pulling out all the stops to stop Sonic and his pursuit. And it ends with both Sonic and Porker Lewis being captured. Turns out Porker Lewis wasn't very smart on this one, and he let himself get captured. Meanwhile, it ends with Sonic and Porker about to be run over by a runaway roller coaster. How will they get out of this one? We'll find out.
Well, this comic we are. Sorry, let me look. Do you have like the artist? I'm pretty sure I know who the two are, but let me just go into the. Yep. The but yeah, Nigel Kitchen and Richard Ellison,
Yep.
the dynamic duo.
Yep.
But yeah, art good as always.
Yeah, it's
Though
good.
funny, I
Go
only
ahead.
noticed one weird hiccup that I find funny. Um, so when Sonic, so in like the eighth page, when Sonic's in like the pinball, his legs go flesh colored a few times, but I'm pretty sure those are accents. It's not consistent.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
That's weird. I didn't notice that, and now I can't unsee it now. Not as bad as the last guy though, who just
No, that
who
was on purpose. That was on
no that yeah,
purpose.
that was not like the last guy who it was done on purpose and very consistent, and it bothered me because
Yep.
I could write it off if it was a mistake. It clearly wasn't a mistake if he kept doing it.
Yep. But yeah, great as always. I like his art. Everything's good. Aside the story, I really like these Marxio brothers. They could probably get their own game.
Yeah, but
Yeah, don't you have to get rid of one of them. I
we'll
don't
have to.
know. I don't like Harpo. He looks kind of. He gives me weird. His eyes weird me out.
Yeah,
But
he
if you
looks like a,
kept the other two,
yeah. Keep the other two. Get rid of Harpio. I don't know. It looks like he knows some things. He knows some
you know,
things.
I like his first little circle. His eyes are like slowly closing. He has the hand over there. It's like he's about to tell me something weird.
Yeah, he's about to go. Hey kids, you ever try Mega Mac before?
Yeah, but keep Groucho and the other guy,
No, it's not Groucho. It's
uh,
Gracchio and
Groucho
Chiquio.
Groucho and Chico. Except maybe make Groucho the younger brother, or maybe make Groucho like green. Change up
Yeah.
to okay. All right. Joke's gone far enough. It's the Mario Brothers. It's a parody of the Mario Brothers.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Tom? There's no such thing as the Mario Brothers. It's the Marxio Brothers.
But yeah, so the Marxio Brothers, first appearance. I'm just gonna tell you, they show up a lot.
Yeah, they will be the rivals in a sense to Sonic's crew. Um, and they're not just any rivals. They're entertainment rivals, which means in the lore of the comics, they have their own video game,
Yep.
which is weird.
And they're electricians.
They are
So I
electricians.
don't know. I find it very. I don't know. I find it very interesting to make Mario essentially a Mario parody of villain in a Sonic comic.
Yeah, which is interesting,
Well, they are.
because
Well, they're legally distinct enough. They added a whole other brother, which has traits of Luigi, who has like a horn and has traits of Luigi,
yeah,
but looks nothing like him. Um. So Porker is he got his jacket.
yeah, his smooth leather jacket with his very obvious Sonic icon on the back.
Hey, remember those issues back when he first showed up? He called him his hero.
Yeah, but I don't know. It seems like it. I mean, to be fair, Tom, would it be kind of weird if you had like if you had a fan and they would have a jacket of you, and on the back of the jacket it's just like a realistic portrait of yourself?
Weird, but I don't understand. People have that kind of stuff in real life right now
I
of
mean,
people they like.
I guess, but
They
like,
have
I
like
don't.
shirts with celebrities on it.
You're right. You're right. It's just, it's definitely something I don't agree with. It's really weird. What do I know?
Yeah. Porker, I like to track this, how anthropomorphic they get. So Porker's still a pig. I like that. He has the jacket, but he still has like the hooves and like the hoovet and like the pig feet
Yeah, like
and legs.
you see him like when he's configuring the disruptor. He has hooves, so he doesn't have hands. He just has like pig hooves poking away at it, and it's really weird.
I also like I kind of like it. I also like he still has his pig feet and like he doesn't have pants on or anything. I
Yeah.
don't know. I still like the. I feel like this is my favorite like half meeting point. Like it has enough like of a design change, but it's not two person.
Feel like you can still go a little
I
bit more with it without it being a whole new thing. Like instead of like get rid of the hooves, clearly like just give them
Make it
hands
hands.
because
The hooves really creepy, don't they?
yeah, but like in terms of Sonic and Tails, where their actual animal counterparts have like
Yeah, that's true.
have paws and stuff, but they have hands. So might as well
That's
just
true.
make it a consist. Like if you're gonna do something like that, make it consistent with every character.
Yeah, if you gave this hand, you kept the. I would keep the pig feet honestly.
Yeah.
If you gave this design hand but keep the pig feet, I could kind of see this be a Sonic character.
hmm Or even if you don't like keep the feet, like you give them shoes or something like that. But as long as they're consistent, like the shoes are designed for hooves, that would be better. That would be better too.
I would keep the inverted pig legs,
Oh, the hind
like not
legs?
inverted, but like the hind legs. I would keep the hind legs with the shoes on it.
Yeah.
No, just to keep the adder like pigness, and I wouldn't give him pants.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean,
But yeah,
it's we're already weird enough that a male Sonic character is wearing clothes.
um, yeah, none of them do.
No, only
Also,
for
one thing I've always found weird. Wait, sorry, continue.
I was gonna say no, only females. Only females are allowed to be fully dressed. Gloves or
Yep,
shoes are the only thing mandatory for males.
yep. Porker breaking all the trends. But one thing,
Damn, I
maybe I
hate
would.
based
I don't
on
know.
EXE.
Oh God, calm down.
Sorry. I don't know where that came from.
All right. He's special. He got to. Okay, let's continue before we get too sidetracked. Okay, So his hair. No, one thing I always find weird. Porker's flesh hair. Okay, it's supposed to be hair. There's little tufts on it, but
Wait,
it's the
there's
same
hair?
color as his skin. Yeah, Porker has hair. Look at his forehead.
Oh my God, you're right. I,
He has hair.
I when people draw that, it's supposed to be like the reason why it's still flesh colored is because like it's very stringy and thin. Like there's like he's essentially bald with a few strands of hair.
Oh my God, that's true. That's probably what they're going with, like just a little strand. But the way it's formed, it almost made me think.
That it was like a weird like tumor bulbous thing right there.
Yeah, I thought it was like flesh hair, but no, that makes better. Maybe if they pointed at, sorry, usually when they do that, they kind of point it outward so you can tell. You know what I mean? Like they point a little higher up from the head to
Yeah.
make it more easier for the audience to tell that it's supposed to be just one strand of hair. But yeah, that makes better sense.
Yeah, I mean, some of the shots of him, like it makes it look like it's supposed to be a tuft of hair, so it might be multiple strands, like just like he's bald all over except for those few bits of hair, like tails, like where tails had,
Yeah,
except like almost like the opposite of tails, where he obviously is covered in fur, but the most pronounced feature of his fur is the three spikes sticking out.
yeah. Sorry, we haven't even talked about the story. So the story, the Martial brothers' whole thing about like, so Eggman has a money system. So this book confirms Eggman has a money system, or at least some system of money in his empire.
I wonder if it's rings.
No, 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 it's not. Because you see the guy at the bottom. Well, he has cards, so that just could just be no. He's probably playing poker or something. So yeah, we don't know what the system is. And he has this like park to I guess like make people wanna spend money there
Yep.
and hypnotize them instead of just taxing them.
Yeah, wouldn't it be more cruel to tax him instead of what am I talking about? It's
But then
Robotnik.
again,
It's Robotnik.
yeah, right, Robotnik.
It would be right up his alley to build an extravagant. Well, first off, to build an amusement park, and then second of all, abuse that amusement park to trick its patrons to spend as much as they can, so that he ends up with everything.
That's true. Maybe this is just Robotnik being a little more putting extra steps. But again, we learned that there is a city. You know, there is a city out there that he owns where people live.
Oh,
Heck, we
Mobitropolis, right?
see a part. Yeah, about Metropolis. Yeah, Metropolis. We saw last issue. Also, we see a bit of it towards the panel with the dog in the background. There's seawater and there's a city behind it
Yep.
in the first panel in the first page.
Yeah, I see it. Kind of weird.
So there is a city. So Robotnik's plan is he just wants money. He hired the Marxial brothers because I guess they're really good electrician businessmen. I guess. Why did he hire these guys? But
He
I guess
threatened them by throwing them back into Marxio world, so they didn't like that either. So they
yeah. Wonder how
he
Marx. So going to Super Mario Brother reference. So is Marxio world just like their game, like Mario's world,
I
and
think
they
it's like
constantly have to save a person?
maybe I think it's like I mean, considering like the time this comic came out and what Robotnik's referring to, he might be just referring to the game Mario World rather than like Mario 3 or something like that. Or how does he phrase it? He threatens them by or it's back to Marxia World for all three of you. So it is a place.
It must be terrible since they're really scared of going back there.
Yeah, what kind of weird as fuck timeline do we live in where that's a threat? Anyways,
Oh, also we got the Sonic Spinball reference in this comic.
yep, that's it. That's
Yeah,
all
with
you're
the
getting.
that's all you're getting is Sonic Spinball. You know what? I find it. I think that's a fun way of putting it in, putting
Sure.
it part of Casino Night Zone, which funny enough they kind of do later in Heroes with what was it? Was it Carnival Night Zone?
No, it's well, which one? Bingo Highway or Casino
Bingo
Park?
Highway, the one. Bingo Highway, the one we were all on the ping ball.
Oh, so that's not Bingo Highway. That's Casino Park.
Yeah, Casino Park.
That's the first
So,
act of it.
but yeah, you get that, which they kind of funny enough even has the numbers that you go through. Yeah, so like they have like the sort of like the pinball thing there, and you get that here in Carnival Night. So I think it's a fun way to add the Sonic and pinball elements. Oh, also some story stuff. Porker Lewis makes the Disruptor.
Which is
So Porker
first
Lewis is
real.
kind of like
Oh, I was gonna say the. Oh, well, I mean, you were gonna follow up and say it anyways. Go ahead.
yeah, Porker Lewis. First Sonic, Porker Lewis is genius.
Yep.
He's kind of the writer of this comic. If you want to make like an Archie says Saturday AM connection, he's basically like the tech head,
Yeah, which is funny
and it's like
because
the side of it.
that's something that Tails would take on in later incarnations and stuff like that.
So yeah, it's his first. He made the disruptor to disrupt Eggman's like hypnotic ray.
Yep.
So the first sign of that. Sonic being reckless as ever. Swapbacks being Swapbots. I keep calling them Swapbots, but the Troopers being useless as ever. But yeah, in the end, the Moxio brothers managed to get the better hand of Sonic and did the whole classic. Well, this one's not a train; it's the roller coaster on a railroad thing, and ended it on that.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's a classic. It's a classic idea of being tied to the tracks while
Yeah,
runaway vehicle is coming after you. So I mean, it's kind of the same thing. But
yeah,
how are they going to get out of this pickle? We'll find out after this side story featuring Tails.
yeah.
We
That's a
return.
good transition. Let's go.
Oh, thank you. Well then, now to summarize, we're back with the Land Beyond Part One, featuring Tails. Tails is once again called upon by the not ancestors. What are they? Um,
The enchanted kings,
yeah, he was
the
called.
enchanter kings.
I'll just call them the Kings. The Kings have called upon Tails once again and bring him into the Nameless Zone, which, by the way, it's a flat out lie that he'll be trapped there forever since they clearly can make a portal anytime they want.
More
Uh,
evidence of how fucking worthless these guys are.
yep. Maybe they're just really making just Tails do everything. Uh, the Kings the Kings informed Tails that Trog has once that they giving a little recap of how they forced Trog across the bridge, the dimensional bridge, and sent him away. However, there is word of one of the lost enchanted kings is being found, but he may have been captured by Trog and been held captive for all this time. And because of that, Tails will be going along with a new sidekick to go forth and go into Trog's fortress and save the missing enchanted king, featuring Errol Blackthorn, a very powerful warrior like fox with a giant, massive, bushy tail. They travel across the dimensional bridge and they end up in the weird Trog dimension fortress. Doesn't say for sure, but they're
I
trapped
think
and
the
they're surrounded.
guy's name is Trog.
Yeah, but I
Sorry,
don't.
I just
No, no, no. You're
I
right. But
think these
like,
are called goblins.
they're just called goblins. No, it's just
Maybe that's
that
just a thing later on.
maybe the
Yeah, continue. Sorry.
no, no, no. You're right. It's just the area is called the Land Beyond. That's what the area that Trog controls is called. Um, it ends with Tails and his new sidekick Errol Blackthorn being surrounded by all sides by these rat goblins. How will they get out of this one as well? So
All
first things
right.
first. First things first. Art is pretty consistent to the last side story Tales. It's fine.
Yeah, pretty good.
Nothing really stands out,
Uh,
but it's very competent. It's just nothing stands out too much. The
yeah,
weird
I like it.
the weird rat goblin designs stand out. They're pretty cool.
It reminds me of like a Jim Henson's Dark Crystal. Something from
Oh,
there.
oh God. I didn't think of
Yeah,
that.
don't they?
Yeah, I don't but man, Dark Crystal used to freak me out when I was younger. It's the
Mm,
puppet thing. It was the
that
puppet thing.
is, yeah, you know, yeah. But yeah, that remind me of that. The Enchanted Kings, lying again, making another portal. Tails gets his armor back, so it automatically like transports on.
Yep.
So, we're introduced to Errol Blackthorn. He's a very recurring character in these.
And you could tell
He
right off the
basically,
bat. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, you could tell, like you said, his he has his design has thought into it.
Yeah. It's one of those things where instead of multiple species of foxes, they all just are variants of what Tails looks like.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing where you're like adapting a thing, another thing, since you're not the original creator, so you're not 100% sure how like creature, especially they don't have, especially in the game at this point, they don't have any reference for another fox.
Oh, I'm not knocking it.
So
I'm just saying like that's a common thing because like you said, like
no,
you oh go ahead.
no, I was thinking this. It reminds me of Knuckles and Archie with all the echidnas,
Yeah. Which
where they
which
just base.
which kind of misses the whole point that him being the last echidna.
No, no, I mean like the idea that they base a lot of their designs off of Knuckles as the base, since they don't have any at that time they didn't have any reference for any other echidnas.
Yeah. And not until Sonic Adventure,
Yeah,
where I mean, you there's more echidna designs, but they're all I mean they're tribal. Nothing wrong with that. But anyways, yeah, I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts about this. I mean, you learn pretty quickly from Errol Blackthorn's dialogue that he doesn't really believe Tails in all of his like stuff. Like he has some doubts about Tails, and it's not he's not trying to be
yeah,
malicious or anything. He's just like he sees through Tails' lie. That's the thing. Apparently, no one else
yeah.
can though.
Well, then again, the Enchanted Kings are kind of stupid because remember in the first story, he was trying to tell them and he just wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
So we see the dimension bridge. So this bridge is magic. Also the bridge was cut last time is back up.
Either it's magic or someone set it up again. Who knows?
Someone's like, this is a good idea. We might need this. So they said, or they might set it just back up so they can save the one guy. So the moment they cross the bridge, everything changes. So it's like another walk into another dimension.
Mhm.
So we
Oh, that's
see
where it got
the
its name
goblin's
from.
homeland, huh?
I said, oh, that's where it got its name from. The dimensional bridge connects dimensions.
Yeah. We see the goblin's home place. Very terrible. Everyone's like, who would ever want to go there? It's like, yep, very terrible. So wait, so the whole place is the nameless zone. This is where like everyone live. So I'm confused in this comic. I always assumed a zone was like a location on Morbius, but it's pretty certain that the nameless zone is just another dimension.
I mean, keep in mind that they call the special stages the special zone.
That's true, and it's
And
clearly
that,
just another dimension.
yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's consistent in that. But no,
Wait, but
it's
they also call it like Metropolis Zone, like Chemical Plant Zone, and all the other places zone. But those places, I assume, are just like places on Mobius that you could walk to or take a travel to.
you're right. I don't know how much of it
So
is supposed to be based off of the naming conventions of the games, where it kind of follows the same format. Because I think Sonic 1 calls the special stages the special zone.
yeah, maybe they're just like following that. So
Maybe.
zones. So there are certain zones that are like alternate dimensions, or maybe zones just our idea of like world. Wait, that wouldn't make sense either. But yeah, maybe zones are just like alternate dimensions. Zone and alternate dimensions are just synonymous, and also zones is another word for places on Earth.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean Mobius. I called it Earth. Mobius.
Well, you broke the rule. That's it. We got to start over.
Yep. It's done. I'm sorry. But yeah, again, short. Arrow Blackthorn looks cool. Does not look like a Sonic character at all, but
Nope. Not at
I
all.
like his outfit. I like his outfit, though. It's very I was gonna say John Carter, but he's wearing too many. But he has a shirt on. It's very fantasy. fantasy hero.
Yeah, it's like that's probably what a basic design in D&D looks like.
Yep. And I always get that thought, like, so going by all the foxes, when Tails grows up, he'll look like Aaron Blackmore. He'll have like a normal body. Also, fox. So I assume every fox just comes from the name so.
That's I guess, huh?
Yeah, because we only see them there. I'm assuming just every fox is from the name. So if we ever do see a fox outside in Morbius, unless that fox goes, hey, I was just vacationing from the nameless zone. I guess that's just the fact. Every fox from the nameless zone.
Yeah, it's best to assume unless they say otherwise. And if they say otherwise, they're clearly lying.
Well, we just assume that person is lying, and he just doesn't like being associated with it for some reason.
Yeah. And maybe he isn't lying. Maybe he was actually born in a nameless zone, but he never found out. Just like
Just like
how
Tales
every,
from Reels.
except for every, like that, kind of like how the rule for every pig and rabbit we see is Porker Lewis or Johnny Lightfoot.
I think that's just you.
No, that's an established rule.
Um, but we saw, I can't wait for the issue where we see a pig next to Porker Lewis and another rabbit next to Johnny Lightfoot.
Man,
I can't wait to
this
see that.
artist really made an error with this one.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one.
Yep. On to the next issue, which is issue number 19.
Sonic's not on the cover. Eternal Champion is. Have not. It's a fighting game. Let's continue.
Yeah. It's not a whole lot going on there. It's a nice cover. Really good art.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
continue where we left off with the Casino Night Part 2. The roller coaster's coming in. The Marxio brothers are enjoying their glory of beating Sonic and Porker Lewis. And Sonic and Porker Lewis looks to Sonic saying, "Well, you got to have a plan, right?" Sonic's like, "Nah, this time I got nothing." Porker Lewis freaks out and he's about to just, mentally write out his last will. But Sonic's like, "Nah, I'm just kidding." And Sonic vibrates fast enough to undo the ropes, breaks out Porker Lewis, and the roller coaster barely misses him. Sonic rides the roller coaster right after the Marxio brothers, and he chases them in. Turns out, though, he might be in a bit of a trap. Turns out that they have the disruptor, and they threaten Sonic with, if you're not careful, they'll break it. Sonic goes after the Marxio brothers, and it's an all-out fight between all three. But it's Sonic closes in on the disruptor, but the leader, Gracchio, does not take too well to that, and he breaks a disruptor right in front of Sonic. Sonic didn't appreciate that. But Sonic realizes that he tricked them. I mean, Sonic. It turns out Sonic has tricked them about the disruptor, and he takes off past them. He says that's fine. I didn't really need it anyways. Turns out when they go down, everyone's free from the hypnosis and has ransacked the amusement park and are taking everything from it. Turns out Porker Lewis was keeping them distracted while Sonic kept them distracted. Porker Lewis went and actually shut off the statue. While that happened, they blew and the comic ends with the statue blowing up sky high, and the Marxio brothers are in disbelief, while Sonic and Porker Lewis escape.
Yeah. So it's I haven't even officially checked, but I'm pretty sure it's Ketchen and Ellison again.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yep.
clear
But yeah.
from the art design that it is once again Richard Elson.
Yep. And from the right, I can feel it's Nigel Ketchen. So let's go on. Art wise, good. It's the same quality as last time. Really good.
Yep, usually nothing wrong with that.
All
Places look place looks
right.
fine.
Excuse me. But yeah, story. So it's a good conclusion to it. Um, I like the little bit of characterization for Porco Lewis here. He's a lot more. He's very like a lot more easily frightened and turns to Sonic a lot,
Yeah, it's
almost like
definitely a
Tails.
yeah. It's like Porker Lewis is supposed to be a stand-in for what Tails is supposed to be. He relies on Sonic a lot, and but when Sonic gets in a jam, Porker Lewis is there to break him out.
So yeah, in this one, Sonic says he doesn't have a pretty cruel joke. Sonic says he doesn't have a plan,
Yeah,
and
which scares the shit out of
and
Porker.
yeah, he thinks they're actually gonna die. Dang.
And Sonic just tricks him by saying like, "Ha, just kidding, man. While you were crying, I actually did have a plan the entire time."
Yeah, I can just vibrate myself through these, which he could have done at any time. So I guess he just kind of wanted to do a be dramatic right there.
I guess, or he wanted to see Porker cry. I don't know which is which.
Yeah,
Kind
it
of a
could have
bit
been that
much.
too.
Yeah, honestly,
I,
kind of a bit much.
well, it fits the Sonic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it fits the Sonic. So he lets the it go. He gets on the roller coaster with a rabbit that is not Johnny Lightfoot.
what is Johnny? What is Johnny Lightfoot doing out here? He should be helping out Sonic.
Yeah, this random rabbit. He goes and Sonic goes and chases the Moxio brother. And you know what shocks me? The Moxio brother actually fight him.
Yeah,
I thought they were just gonna be like use traps. No, they actually straight up do it.
no, they try to fight Sonic hand to hand, not hand to hand, but like but in a physical fight. Not trying to outsmart him with traps or anything. I mean, they were trying to do that earlier, but no, when they're caught, they put up a fight.
Sticks that look a lot like the stick that Johnny Lightfoot's gonna get later.
Yeah. So
What is Sonic? In my head count, I think Sonic just stole one when they were leaving.
probably.
Sonic was just like, you know what, Johnny might like this. Just like yoink. But yeah, they try to fight him in like the spin ball place with the spikes underneath,
Yeah, they do.
and it destroyed the disruptor. Again, showing to Porker's intelligence and how much faith Sonic has in Porker's intelligence. Sonic was like, I assume. Well, if Porker if Porker can design the disruptor, he's certainly capable of reprogramming your main computer manually, and he just assumed that.
Yeah.
So he showed a lot of faith that he had in him.
Man, where's that for the actual sidekick?
For Tails. You know, there's another thing in this comic. Tails hasn't really shown his intelligence that much. Super intelligence, at least.
No, he's Tails has been the proverbial damsel in distress without being the damsel.
He helps. He fights back. He even saved himself in the first issue that he got captured
Yeah,
when
and
he
we
got
do have
like programmed.
the side story showing that Tails is doing other things, even if he's just lucked out most of it.
I'm saying
I don't know.
he's a
Maybe
lot
if
more of a kid. Almost kid.
maybe it just feels a bit disingenuous sometimes.
Well, I understand why they're doing it. So if they're gonna have like a team of people, you need each member of the team to bring something. So they needed to take. So Tails has to be in it. So they need. He's like the kid. They're making Tails like the kid of the group. So
Yeah,
they had to take the Tails intelligent and they gave it to Porker Lewis because they has to have something to contribute to the group.
yeah, but then we run into the problem of what does Tails actually contribute then?
Well, you can say that about a few characters, but
I mean,
no, you're gonna see he does help out. He's another fighter.
no, no,
Porker
no.
Lewis
Like,
doesn't fight.
yeah, but I'm bringing that up in the context of the comics because in
Oh,
the
I mean the comics.
well, no, I mean, yeah, in the comics because it's specifically the beginning because on the contrary end, I mean, on the opposite end, we got Archie and Tails in that situation is kind of the same too, where he doesn't bring anything either. Rotor is the tech guy.
Well, he's also a super genius there, so they have two super geniuses.
It's not established early on though,
Yeah, that kind of happens later,
much later.
but he's still like. Plus, he was the chosen one in that series
Yeah,
and had the chosen one powers and all that stuff. He had more of his side stuff, which is fun enough here too. He's kind of not really. He's kind of a chosen one in this, not like destiny wise, but like he was chosen by the Enchanted Knights here.
Yeah, but one is misunderstanding, and the other one is is
Kings, I meant.
yeah.
But yeah, but no, he's another. I would say he's another fighter, which Porco Lewis doesn't have. I feel like they're different enough.
Mhm.
Plus, he can fly the plane, which is something he's going to do a lot more later. So that's something no one else does.
All right. Well, I don't have a whole lot on this issue. What
Yeah.
about you?
Now we're just kind of doing conjecture here, but no, I like it. Good little save. Moxie brothers are defeated, are are defeated in this issue. Colonel Nightzone comes back. They come back themselves. They're on my list of the reoccurring villains that aren't Robotnik, right next to Mega Mac. I mean Megatox.
Yep. We'll see them again soon-ish.
Soonish. All right, let's go to the backup.
Yep. We continue once again with the Land Beyond Part 2. Back with Tails and Arrow Blackthorn. They're surrounded, but thanks to Tails flying high above, and Arrow essentially defeating the rest of the knights, and Tails just staying out of the way, they win the battle. They move further ahead into a temple-like area, and they're greeted with some kind of weird goblin monster in underneath the tunnels. They run from it, they fall, but Tails saves Arrow before he dies and drops him off. There they see the missing enchanted knight. However, something lurks from the shadows, and that's where we end there on that little note. Once again, the
But
art is
okay.
what?
Nah, I just corrected you, King. I was being annoying. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay. No, no, you're right. You're right. It's because he said night earlier. Now it's screwing me up. But
but yeah,
yeah, art is done by the same guy who did the last two parts. I mean, it's all right. It's fine.
yeah, I like it. It's good.
Yeah, nothing.
Um, the,
It's just it's so decent that I don't have anything to say. If it's bad, I can say
yeah.
something. If it's good, I can
Oh,
also
it's
say
very
something.
good.
Yeah, it's very competent. It's just very average.
I like it. The color choices are good as usual. Um, yeah. So I want to talk about the story.
Um,
All right.
yeah.
So Tails explains to Arrow that he is not the hero he's made out to be,
Oh
and
no.
he, and Arrow says, "Well, I'm gonna have to tell the kings that, even though Tails tried to tell them that,
Which is weird because
maybe they'll."
Tails gives off the feeling of don't tell them, which is weird because he wanted to tell them.
Yeah, he wanted to tell him before. He was scared. It's a little weird here. Maybe he likes the idea of being a hero in this world.
Maybe. I don't know. It's strange.
Yeah, it's an interesting turn. The fight with the goblin's pretty funny. Arrow does all the work and Tails just flies above the goblin, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Come down here."
No.
No,
Come down here so I can beat you up. What? No.
that's I love that none of these goblins that can fly tries to fight Tails. They just run away.
Maybe they have low health.
They're like, you know what? That's too much for. That's enough for today. I got a family and a wife and kids. That's enough.
Yeah, they see the fight and it's like, you know what? I could always live another day.
Yep. They get chased by that lizard thing, and I like this guy. I love that when they're sliding down the slide. This guy like, boy, this is the best job I ever had.
Yeah, he's like, that was pretty easy.
I like that guy. It just imagine like he's just some average worker. He gets paid he gets paid like a salary for this, and he just enjoys his work every day. It's just like, I could have chased people down the slide today, down the hill today,
Today's a
living
good
the
day.
dream.
Today is a
So
good day.
yeah, Yep, that's what he is. Today's always a good day. So they find the guy.
Yep.
That's about
But
it, to be honest.
yeah, we end with a little cliffhanger of who's that lurking in the shadows.
It's August, but in all say, it's in August
It's
for
clear.
season two.
It's clearly Metal Sonic. Okay.
No, no, it's Metallics in this series.
Oh, shut up.
All right, let's do want to move on. I honestly have nothing else.
All right.
Unless you got something else.
No, I got nothing.
Let's
Uh,
move on.
Now to issue 20 of this fantastic comic, and we open with Shinobi on the cover. It's not a
I don't
Sonic.
see a blue hedgehog. Let's move on.
Yep, great art, not Sonic. We end up in Hilltop Terror with Sonic and Tails on the tornado, fighting some, I think they're called turtleoids. Um, and they meet this tribe of bird people.
They're
I don't
bald eagles.
baldy. Oh God, they're Native Americans.
Let's move on. Let's move on. We
Helps
don't we
this
don't think
tribe.
too much.
He helps this tribe of eagles, and they find out that the volcano has become active recently, and if it shoots up, everything in the village is going to be destroyed. Sonic and Tails rush to investigate, and there they find out that it is a I forgot what this
Weird magma monster. No, weird magma thing from Sonic and Knuckles. Sonic 3.
yeah, no, I forgot. It's also in Hilltop Zone from Sonic 2.
Really, yeah. Yeah, it is.
I forgot what this thing's
But
name
one of
is.
those things.
I'm just gonna I don't know. I'm gonna call it Reznor for now. Um, they find this Reznor from down below, and it's attacking them. Tails picks up Sonic, and they're trying to find cover, but unfortunately, Tails doesn't have enough stamina to carry both of them for long, and Sonic and Tails just admits to Sonic that he can't make it anymore, and he's about to drop him, until suddenly Sonic breaks out of his grip and transforms into Supersonic. Supersonic has gone berserk and easily goes after the Badnik, rips it apart inside and out, and before things go wrong, Tails directs Supersonic into the cave where they see a seismic machine causing the disturbances within the volcano. Supersonic easily tears it apart, and they escape. But it's too late. The volcano has erupted, but it's not done yet. For Supersonic goes in and takes out Tails redirects Supersonic towards the volcano, and Supersonic takes the molten lava, twists and turns it, and cools it off into a statue of himself. Not only the lava is cooled down, but even Supersonic himself. And Sonic reverts back to his normal self and enjoys the statue of him and the saved village.
Yep. So let's get into the story. First thing, the art is is oh
It's
oh
oi, it's it's
oh
basic.
god. Oh yeah.
It is.
It's flat.
It's
That's no,
flat.
that's really flat. The colors, the perspective.
Not a whole
There's
lot
some
going
panels that
on.
look good. There's some panels that look good, like the bottom of the first panel where Sonic is fly. Well, I guess he's not flying. I guess he's just spin dashing because he falls later.
It
But
looks
some
like
of
he's
the
flying.
composition, yeah, it looks like it. Looks like he's homing attacking years before he ever did that.
Yeah,
British Sonic did it first, but let's continue. But some of the stuff, especially when you get into the volcano, just doesn't like some of the color choices. I feel like the coloring doesn't help a lot.
yeah. There's barely any shading. Like it is very
Yeah.
flat.
Yeah. Like when you see the chief guy's like whole body, like you see his arm with the muscle tone, it looks super flat on him,
Hmm.
position. But yeah, not the best.
No, it is not.
But even the paneling. But yeah, so a natural story. Second appearance of Supersonic.
Yep, and we learned pretty quickly that that this only rarely happens when Sonic's under a lot of stress. Like for example, almost being thrown into lava.
Yeah, that was a pretty dramatic scene. And Tails is like, I'm sorry, Sonic, I'm sorry. I just can't make it. I can't save you. That was pretty, damn, that was pretty sad.
Yep, and clearly Sonic didn't take too well to that because he transformed into Supersonic and easily took out the I I, I don't know what the hell this thing's bad nickname is, but I'm gonna keep calling it Reznor.
Yeah, took out Reznor pretty good. Went inside of him and burst. So wait, I'm assuming. I hope Reznor doesn't have a didn't have an animal in him.
Oh God, if it did.
He's dead. That animal didn't make it. Oh snap! I just thought about that. Maybe it's one of those. Maybe it's one of his prime bad Nick that
Yeah,
didn't have
yeah,
an animal in him.
let's hope it
Let's
is.
hope that.
Yeah, let's hope
Let's
that.
think about it. Uh, Robotnik Sizo machine and tries to like destroy this whole village for some reason.
Yeah, he's trying to induce a volcanic eruption, but clearly, I mean,
But
it
super.
works. It works because the volcano did erupt, but Supersonic was there to cancel it out.
Yep. I like Supersonic's a lot more calm than he ever been in this. Not he's not good,
No, no.
but he's not trying to straight up murder, rip off Tails' head like he'll do in later stuff and even previous stories.
Yeah, I think he just perceives in this situation. I think he perceived the volcano as a bigger threat if you get caught in it. And
Well, and that's towards the end, like because he's gonna say your prayers when Tails and Tails has to trick him into
yeah,
into destroying the volcano.
yeah, Tails had to essentially just yeah, trick him into saying, I mean, trick him into taking out the lava, saying something along the lines of like, yeah, I bet you're not powerful enough to stop the eruption.
And he does. And so let me get my power scalar hat on. It's a big, terrible, ugly hat, but I'm putting it on. So Supersonic in this story, it stops a whole volcano. Like if you could fly so fast that he smokes that the heat from the volcano goes away.
Yeah, he took out he I guess he suffocated all the oxygen from it, and the volcanic rock hardened.
And while doing it, made a statue of himself.
Yeah, nice to know that
Really?
Supersonic is still conceited. I mean, very conceited.
Also, his spikes are up in this one because I remember you said something about him not being up in the last one.
Yeah, his last appearance, Supersonic spikes were just normal Sonic's hair.
But nope, they're up, like Goku from Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they're
corrected it.
yep.
Yeah, and your biggest gripe, in page 8, you could actually see the kind of extra spike Sonic has poking off from the side, unlike normal.
Yeah. It's not just like one weird as hell mohawk. It's clearly layered.
Yeah, until Sonic turns back to normal, it goes back. But
Yep.
yeah, these eagle guys are there. Bald eagle. I get it because some they don't have fat all over, and one of them's literally bald. We'll never see them again. I'm just gonna say it now. We never see these guys again. I think.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a world building kind of thing,
I
but
guess. Where zone was this again? Let me see.
Hilltop Zone.
Really?
Yeah,
I guess.
the name of the
I guess.
of this issue is called Hilltop Terror.
Oh, I guess. I guess you could put a village in there.
I guess, yeah. It's barely a hilltop. It's barely a zone.
Also, Sonic being disrespectful for other people's cultures. In page 4, is it? Where he's like, look, buddy, I don't buy any of your supernatural mumbo jumbo, but I'll check things out for you. Sonic, have some respect.
Yeah.
Note, Sonic does not have any respect.
Which
But
is
yeah,
which is apparently
huh?
a legitimate trait that he has. Like for Sonic in general, he doesn't treat authority figures with the same respect. that they expect. I think Sonic and the Black Knight is probably the best example of that.
Also, Sonic's a supernatural mum. Oh, I guess everything we've seen so far has been scientific.
Yeah,
So I guess you can't really say you can say that.
yeah. Even the Chaos Emeralds
That's
in
big.
even the Chaos Emeralds in this iteration are not magical. They're less magical and more like they're just they everything that happens is because of the radiation from it. It's just energy radiation.
Also, all the evil energy they soaked up.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I guess you could say Sonic might not believe in the supernatural in this.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to go on to the tail stuff?
I mean, yeah, it's a side story. Not a whole lot you can really say about this one, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good adventure. We see Supersonic again.
Yep.
It
Don't
happened.
worry. Don't worry. We'll get a lot more of him later, for better
Yep.
or for worse.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on to part three of the Land Beyond, featuring Tails, Arrow Blackthorn, and the missing Enchanted King. Arrow Blackthorn saves the Enchanted King, and they're attacked by this weird gatekeeper of or prison guard of his, and they rush to escape. Thankfully, Tails is short enough for the thing to bash its head into the rocks, and Tails escapes along with Arrow Blackthorn and the Enchanted King. But they're trapped, and they were tricked by Trog. As it turns out, the Enchanted King was dead long, long ago, and it was Trog in disguise the entire time. Surrounded by all sides, both Arrow Blackthorn and Tails are in a bad situation, and thus we end this little side story once again on a cliffhangers. On another cliffhanger.
Okay. So art consistently good. So the enchanted thing wasn't dead. He just was Trog.
Oh, he was Trog. My mistake.
Yeah, he just is him. He, he just turned out he was just an evil guy. Which is, I don't know, it's a good twist.
Hmm.
It's a good twist on it. I kind of didn't see it coming.
Yeah,
Pretty sure a little kid wouldn't see that coming.
yeah. Tails didn't.
Yep. So they save him. This I like this monster guy. I love how long it takes him to realize, hey, what you doing? We're supposed to eat him. And then like it takes him so long to go, hey, those two creeps took my dinner. And that makes me dot mad. I just love how long it takes him
Yeah, it took him a
before he
minute
actually gets
to. He's like he had to look through. He's like, "What's the emotion again?" Right, mad, angry. I'm not happy, frustrated.
yes, that's what it is. I like that guy. Another one of Tails. Tails wins by dumb luck again in this.
Yeah, he didn't
He goes
stop.
through the little.
He he just went to a hole, and the beast was dumb enough to just smash his head against it.
Yep, yep. He comes back. He even admits to it being luck.
Yep.
So the enchanted thing turns out to be Trog, who I'm just gonna say at this point, basically Tails' his own enemy. He's his arch enemy right now.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sonic has
but yeah,
Robotnik,
it's a short.
and Tails has Trog. Not as menacing. The name, I mean.
That's epic. Trog. Yeah, not. I can't even make that sound. Nah, not as medicine. But yeah, and it turns out the Enchanted King, one of them was an asshole. Well, the others are kind of assholes, but this guy's a bigger one, an evil one.
Yes, he is.
Let me make my list of how worthless the Enchanted Kings are. Underneath needs an 8-year-old to fight their battles. Doesn't just have warriors fight their battles for them. Lie saying that they he can't come back.
Yep.
And believing the letters of some random 8-year-old's parents. Um, one of them turned couldn't tell one of them was evil. Turned out one of them was evil.
That last one seems kind of important. Somehow they didn't figure that one out.
Yeah, next story is gonna explain it, but for right now, yeah. Also, I noticed something. Shrek only has 3 fingers. Guess that like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle thing where there's like 2 big fingers and 1 thumb. Um, dang, that must feel weird going from 5 fingers to that.
Oh God, you're right. That's weird.
Yeah, that must feel weird. Like having your two other fingers fused together forever. Yeah. But yeah, um, not much to say to be honest.
There really isn't,
All right.
especially with these side things, because they're not one whole story.
They're really short. It's like pieces together. Maybe when this ends, we should probably just do a thing where how we thought about it all together in the next issue.
Yeah,
All right, when I get to that next issue.
yeah, we should.
All
And
right,
we
let's go.
open with a cover of not Sonic this time, but Sonic related. We have Amy Rose on the cover, captured and being held by a super badnik. It's up to Sonic to save her, and a hint of what is to come. We open with Sonic the Hedgehog in Girl Troubles. We open with Emerald Hill being taken over by many, many badnik troopers, along with I forgot Sonic's disguise name.
Um, Bob Beakey.
Okay, that sounds dumb. I'm gonna call him Beaker. We start with Johnny Lightfoot and Beaker watching as Amy Rose is pulled out of her house, and under the claims of Robotnik being that she is arrested because of association with Sonic, even though Sonic doesn't really know her, but she's claiming to be Sonic's girlfriend, which Beaker here seems to disagree with. And he should know because it turns out he's actually Sonic, and he rushes in on the Badnik troopers, takes them out with no problem, along with Johnny Lightfoot, who he just dresses. He just puts on clothes. They defeat the troopers, and and one of their weapons shoots out a spiked ball that releases and attacks everyone within vicinity. Sonic goes and grabs all the spikes and throws them back. And meanwhile, Robotnik is dealing with some a couple of guys who want to improve his image, but throws him out, and he meets his Robotnik's sidekick that replaces Snively or any robot sidekicks that he would have for the meantime. Uh, what is it? What's his name? Grimer?
Grimer. It's
Yeah.
Grimer.
Yep. His scientist Grimer. And it turns out Robotnik is transforming into an egg. He's going
Oh,
into a
he
metaphor,
turned himself into an egg.
turn himself into an egg and into some sort of metamorphosis in the meantime. Meanwhile, Sonic has set up a base in the old Kintabor lab along and the crew now officially associates with Sonic, Tails, Porker Lewis, and Johnny Lightfoot in their newer clothes, calling themselves the Freedom Fighters. Sonic, it seems like the AI for Kintabor is sentient as it gives Sonic help and activating a star post. They rush into the special zone where it turns out whereas we learned before that Robotnik has made it his own base. They break into his carrier, and they're captured immediately by Grimer, where they are about to witness Doctor Robotnik's. I mean, no, where they're captured by Grimer and about to be arrested by his bandit troopers. Meanwhile, Doctor Robotnik is about to break free from his egg-shaped cocoon.
All right. So Nigel Kitchen and Richard Ellison. I'm not even looking, and I'm right. Um. So yeah, the art good as always.
Hmm.
First, major comic though, really important because the first appearance of Amy Rose
And Grimer.
and Grimer, yes, and Grimer, who becomes like you said, the Snively of this series.
Hmm.
Slash Cubot and Orbot slash everything else.
Every robot
Scratch and
sidekick,
what was the name? Scratch
Scratch and
and
Grounder.
Grounder. Yeah, slash whatever Robotnik or those two bots that Robotnik had in Sonic X. Every every version of Robotnik has its own little sidekicks to them.
Hmm. And this time is no different.
So yeah, now it's Grimer, who let's see his design. What the hell is he? uh,
I don't know.
not a human. I don't think he's a human because we see other humans and he has those tubes sticking out.
Yeah, he's some weird alien guy. I don't
So
know.
actually, he could be a human. Maybe experiment on himself. He is Robotnik's chief of science, chief scientist. Robotnik has other scientists,
Yeah,
which I
if
kind of like.
Megatox
Like,
was anything to go by.
oh yeah, he was also a scientist. I like that. It would make sense. Robotnik will have other scientists work for him. He can't just build it all.
Yeah. It also explains why, like, I mean, it might explain why some of the badniks are so radically designed.
Yeah, it could be from other scientists.
Hmm.
But yeah, he's here. I like his design. It's very unsonic. Then again, he's a human character. They always look different in Sonic. Well,
Yeah.
not non-animal character, I should say.
Yeah. It's a new take. I'll give him that.
He has a little earring, or is that a boil? I can't tell. Um,
I don't know.
Botanist robot secretary. I don't know if she comes back. But but yeah, the Kinkovor hologram comes back from its appearance a while ago.
Yep.
We actually saw this thing during the first issue Kinkovor was ever referenced, but it's not just coming back. It actually has voice
Yeah,
lines this
it's
time.
not just
Actually,
sitting
got a dialogue.
yeah, it's not just a sitting computer hologram. It's actually saying something. It's actually an AI of sorts that's helping out, sentient AI if it's helping out Sonic and stuff. But yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't really say much. She has her Sonic look in this one. Still has her trait of Sonic
Yeah, she still has she's a very big fangirl of
love. Sonic.
Sonic.
She's a yep major character for this comic. And I actually want to track Amy Rose. Actually, I want to do this thing later if we ever do other Sonic comics where I try to like see the difference. I already started this thing on like the track of her character. So far, at least she's just like a hostage.
Yeah,
But it's only
damsel in
the part
distress.
one of the first story.
Yeah, so
Um,
who knows? We might see her do more later.
yep. Johnny's in here, and boy, did he lose his animal
Yeah,
trait. He's very anthropomorphized.
and because of that, he seems
It's just
very naked when we first see him in the beginning because he doesn't have his clothes on.
yeah, first issue. I guess that's his disguise. I guess Eggman can't tell the rabbits apart.
That's kind of racist.
Yep. But yeah, I guess Eggman can't tell the rabbits apart because his disguise is just unlike Sonic's like penguin disguise. His disguise is just him without clothes and him with clothes.
Yep.
With his red jacket to contrast Porker's black jacket.
And Sonic's blue
And
jacket. Wait, hold on. That's just him.
and his stick that looks like the one the Marxial brothers had. That it's going to be a signature weapon for the rest of this series.
Yeah, I wonder if Sonic just stole it from his battle with them and just gave it to Johnny, saying like it's a present or something. And it's like, hey, here, Johnny, it's a gift for you. It's like, wow, Sonic, you didn't have to go out and get this for me. Yeah, sure.
Yep. Um, Johnny's character trait in this. Johnny is very careful, a lot more than Sonic. He asks him a lot. Do you have a plan? he's a lot more careful thinking about things, which is gonna be a trait he's gonna show throughout the comic.
It's just funny because Sonic is not exactly the most patient thinking type.
Yeah, he acts as Sonic. Yo, do you have a plan? What's your plan? The goalpost is set up. A goalpost is set up in their base. We see their base for the first time. Yeah, well, yeah, I think we see the no second time because we saw it the first time when we saw the Kentavor hologram. We see a more detailed look at their base.
Yeah. And they have a
The
goalpost, which, mind you, that goalpost is giant.
yeah, compared to what they are in the games, and they
Yeah.
basically act with how the rings do. They basically teleport you. Well, no, just into the special zone because that's where
Yeah.
they go.
Yeah, because it was that was the only way to get to Robotnik's place, which established that the special zone is his I
Oh,
mean
wait,
his
no, I'm wrong.
territory.
Oh, no, I'm wrong because Johnny said I never got used to using these star posts for hopping between zones. So no, they can't just hop between zones here with these.
Hmm.
I guess they go through the special zone and go out another way.
Maybe, but it's still the special zone though because they established that that Robotnik did take over the special zone, and that's where his base is.
Yep. The not death egg.
Yep, because they don't call it the Death Egg for some reason. So
Well,
I
we
don't.
already saw the death egg. We already saw it. Remember, it crashed.
Yeah, but I don't know what this fortress is. Is it the new Death Egg or what?
I think he just calls it another. I think it's just another egg-shaped base. Um. Also, speaking of Johnny, Porker got pants. He still has his pig hands and feet,
Yep.
and he seems to have lost his hind legs and have just legs. Or we can't tell. He is wearing pants.
Maybe. Yeah, it's weird.
So the troopers takes anyone that's so Amy's claiming to be Sonic's girlfriend. They try to kidnap her. Eggman's egg metamorphosis. So maybe I remembered this completely wrong. I thought Eggman got into a machine that let him do this. But no. When we see him, when Grimer goes into the base, he's just in the egg form. And he's starting to form it. So he can transform himself. You see in the page where Grimer first shows up, and he's like shooing off his image consultant. I love that it has his own image consultant.
Yeah.
You see the little energy barrier around him, so he's forming the egg. So unless the seat is doing this, this could just be a power Eggman has.
Yeah, uh, I guess it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, unless the seat's doing this, so he has the power to put himself in an egg cocoon.
Yeah,
That's
he says that his body has served its purpose. So and that he was I
yeah, it's
don't know.
time to change. So he can just change his body's appearance.
Hmm.
That's a interesting one. Well, this Eggman did get his form to like chaos. It could be chaos energy because he did get his form through that because he tripped down the eggs and got hit by the from the chaos emeralds mixed with the bad egg. So it could just be Eggman could just have superpowers in this world.
Hmm.
Also, he's wearing his Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog outfit for that. If you see, and when he sees the consultants, that's his Adventure of Sonic the Hedgehog outfit.
Yeah,
It's just stretched out because of his current form.
don't worry. It will be uh serving an it will be form fitted in the next time we see him.
Eggman made himself. Eggman can change his body. He made himself lose weight.
Yeah, he
Damn,
did.
that's a cool power. I just imagine Eggman could he could change himself buff anytime he wants. He just doesn't like it. He's like Sonic. I've changed a new form. You just see the buff Eggman. You just see buff Eggman.
Yeah, that's not comfortable. That's not a comfortable thought at
But
all.
he has like the same head on top.
That's- God.
The coolest form. But yeah, it's a good beginning.
Wait, there was a form like
Um.
that in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh God, you're right.
In that one, they had a whole arc about the Chaos Emeralds, or that world's version of the Chaos Emeralds, and Robotnik had them all, and he ended up just having a buff body with that same head.
Oh God. And this Eggman gets powers for the Chaos Emerald, for the evil energy at least. Dang, that's kind of dang. He could do that. So,
Yeah, it's weird.
British Sonic comic stronger than Adventures Robotnik. Also, they put him in this anti-gravity shield. For a hot second, I thought, oh God, is this Megatox? But no, it's just an energy shield.
No, it's just yeah, it's just an energy shield that just so happened to be pink.
Yep. I was, oh God, we're keeping that trend. I guess Robotnik was like, nah, it failed too much. Energy shields, that's the real goal.
I mean, the job is just to trap Sonic, so
Yeah.
but
But yeah,
yeah,
yeah, good beginning. You want to head to Tails?
yeah. Will Sonic be able to save Amy? Will they be able to get out of this bad situation they're in? And what is going on with Robotnik's new appearance? We'll find out next time. But for right now, Tails. We start off with, once again, in the Nameless Land Part 4, where, the Land Beyond Part 4, with Tails and Errol Blackthorn surrounded by all sides by Trog's henchmen. And Trog goes on to explain that he was actually the Enchanted King all along, that he was the most powerful king of them, and he experimented in the dark arts, and because of that, he took on that form because his experiment drove him insane.
He
Because of that,
he got corrupted by the Dark One.
yep, which was Fox Satan.
Yep. He just fucked Satan.
So he parades
Uh,
around that he specifically went after Tails, that their champion, because he couldn't live with the humiliating defeat of the last time. And Tails tries to go into an attack. But clearly Tails is clearly outmatched in an actual fight. So because of that, um, a portal opens up and from the other Enchanted Kings, and Tails and Arrow Blackthorn escape through it with a sword narrowly missing them. They explain the situation to the kings, that that Trog was actually the missing Enchanted King all along, and he set them up for a trap. But the day is saved, and it ends with Arrow Blackthorn not telling the kings that about Tails' lies and deceit. And Tails thanks him and travels back through his portal and returns back to his world. And that's the end of that Tails' little journey this time. We'll see what's going on next.
so we learn the backstory of Trod slash Shirob, Shirob, that guy, the other Santa thing. He was the most powerful, and he contacted the evil one, Fox
Fox,
Satan. Or later on, he's also called the Dark One.
also known as Fox Satan.
I love. I just love that. It's just a fox, green fur, and little horn. Fox Satan. You know, what if Fox Satan has two tails?
Oh God.
What if it's like and soft what if Fox Satan's like, haha, no, he has three tails. He's like, Tails, you think you're special? I have three tails. Or nine tails. It's like I was your father the whole time, Tails.
I don't know. We're hitting to Japanese folklore with that one. I don't think this is a British enough comic for that.
That's true. I think it is a little too British enough for that. For not for that. But yeah, Tails tries to stop him. They live away, and Arrow doesn't say anything. One thing I like about this is the last page. I like that when the sword is thrown, they use the sword and the perspective of them reflecting out of it to show them talking without actually having to have a panel with it. That's a good maximization of space right there.
That is, and that's clever use of the sword being just used instead of just just sitting there.
Yeah, it's a real natural, good way. That's some good storytelling right there. Comic storytelling right there. So let's talk about the whole Tales adventure as a whole, not just this issue. So we have something to actually say since it kind of goes away for a little bit.
Uh, it was boring to me. It was pretty boring.
I thought it was all right.
It, I
I feel
mean,
like if you, I don't know, I've read it all together. I feel like if you read it all together, it's like a little, it's a fun little adventure.
I guess
It's like
it's just there's not a whole lot that
it's a
goes
cute
on.
little adventure. Yeah. I guess just from the perspective of giving Tails another thing to do, it's okay. The actual adventures itself was okay. Um,
My
you don't really
problem,
know much about anyone.
yeah, I guess my real problem is that it doesn't matter because I mean, we don't see any repercussions for it. Tails just goes back to his own thing for now. I mean,
Well, I understand why. It's like a side adventure that you're not allowed to have it affect the main stuff too much. Like Tails can't bring a magic sword from that, then you'll have to like an writer about the magic sword and all that other stuff.
yeah, I don't know.
So it's just,
I, I,
especially why they set it in the nameless zone
I mean, you're right.
as a
That's
way to
why.
keep it to the side to everything.
Yeah, it's just to me, you can I don't know. You can just skip all four parts of this and nothing will happen.
Yeah, I feel like the problem is it doesn't really build on Tails and himself and not a lot. Like it feels like it would have been cooler if they added like his anxieties about the lie a little bit more or stuff like that. It didn't feel like enough of that. You don't really know any of the characters, which is fine because it's like the first adventure they ever have. So it gives them enough room to build on it. I don't know. I see it more as a stepping stone. Though, as we can point out before, the transition of Tails not wanting the lie to be revealed from him actually wanting the lie to be revealed, it's a little weird. You know what I mean? Hello?
No, I'm still here. I'm just listening to you.
So yeah, like the first two issues, the first two stories, Tails is like trying to explain it to the insanity
Yeah, I
people
mean, I don't have anything to
like
say.
stuff
It's
and stuff.
yeah, yeah, I don't really
And
have anything to say.
in this story, starting with the arrow Blackthorns, to say this could have been different, but for like the amount of pages they had, which just amount of pages they had, and with they want to say nothing special, nothing grand, nothing super, but an okay starter adventure. At least that's what I think. I don't know. I don't know anything.
I guess. Um,
Oh, you're. I see what you. But I see what you're talking about. It's not
it,
like
I
anything that. It's nothing important. Continue. It's nothing. I know what you mean. It's nothing major. But I
no,
feel like that's the point of it. It's nothing. It's not supposed to affect the main story too much.
I mean, it's the definition of filler, and because of that, I have no strong thoughts one way or another, and that's it, really. I mean, I have nothing to say.
Yeah. All right.
I'm more invested in the main
Yeah.
comic, which is a lot more interesting than this right now.
Uh, I agree. The main story is a lot better. Better. It has a lot more stakes to it. It has a lot more universal stakes to it. But yeah, that's just our. But yeah. So I want to go on to the. I'm repeating myself a lot. Do you want to go on to the next story?
Yep. Into issue 22. And this time we have the cover of Cracked, Robotnik's Big Change. We have Sonic and Amy looking overhead as disembodied heads and seeing that the rotten egg of Robotnik is starting to hatch with Robotnik breaking out. I got to admit, the cover is actually pretty cool. I like how
Yeah,
uh,
that's really eye. catching.
Yeah, how he's just breaking out of the egg. That's really interesting. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, it
let's
really gives you the mystery of what he's gonna look like.
yep. But let's move on. And this time we see that the that right now that the egg has broken out, and Robotnik has definitely had a design change, looking more in line with his Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog look, or Sonic Spinball, and or Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. And he announces Dr. Robotnik has changed. I feel different, more powerful, more deadly, more rotten than ever. We cut back to Grimer in his lab with Sonic and Johnny Lightfoot captured in that field, in that weird barrier field, and Amy being in a cage nearby. And Amy threatening Grimer that Sonic will figure something out, and Grimer mocks her. Meanwhile, Robotnik breaks in, showing off his new appearance, and Sonic mocks him. And Amy is about to be roboticized. Um, Sonic and Johnny Sonic knocks over the orb that they're in, and runs over the Badniks, and Badnik Trooper shoots the barrier. Grimer tries to stop him, but because of the shot, it breaks Sonic and Johnny out. Because of that, Sonic and Johnny go on ahead, and Sonic breaks Amy out of the robotization or the mech suit, and they escape from Robotnik. Grimer is pissed off with one of the Badniks, telling them to get up and go, and he breaks it. And Robotnik clearly is not happy about it. We cut back to Sonic in his base, and we see that Amy is now added to the team because she is wanted by Robotnik, and she can't just go back to a normal life now. But all's not done yet because Robotnik has set up his most dastardly machine yet, and it is called Operation Metallics, and we see a familiar silhouette in a test tube.
Yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog.
God damn it!
All right. So Nigel Kitchen, Richard Allison, I'm the one who have to look. Like we say again, art, a fantastamiso.
What?
Um, colors good, paneling good, really good. Story. So Robotnik's now in his Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog look.
Which is funny because it's always seen as the most goofy design out of all of them.
But in point of Robotnik, he's more evil than he was before. And knowing the stuff he does later in the comics, he actually is more evil when he turns into this than he is before.
I mean, I believe it in terms of the comics, but like, it's usually general consensus of all the early Robotnik designs. That one is the most goofy,
Yep.
and
It
Adventures of
is
Sonic the Hedgehog. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog does not help it. It actually, it really sets in how goofy that damn film
yeah.
is.
Yeah, even when it look threatening here, it's pretty goofy. So let's talk about like some character stuff. So Amy, not much on her here. She, I like, I like,
Hold on,
I like the whole
go
thing.
ahead,
Oh, okay.
go ahead.
All right. So like I was saying, I said I like the whole rationalization to keep the whole girlfriend joke going. Sonic's like, yo, she's not my girlfriend. Grimer's just rationalizing in his head, like, of course you're gonna say that, so we don't have any reason to attack her anymore. Classic hero move, which it is.
But in
It's a
Sonic's
pretty
case,
good.
it's in Sonic's case, he's being dead serious. Like, no, she's not.
Uh, so Robotnik bursts in with his new look. Sonic says, like, honestly, he does look ugly. He does look goofier than he ever did. And Robotnik introduces a new concept, a new super bad Nick. which is when you become part of it, you can never go back.
Yep.
I wonder if this comes back up again.
Are you saying that to be
But
facetious or are you serious?
dang, that's really scary. It's almost robotic. No, I actually don't remember
Oh.
if this idea comes back. A robotic is a Batnik transformation that you can't come back from ever. It seems like a game changer, honestly.
Yeah. You would think there'd
It
be
would
more
be a
emphasis on
bigger
that.
deal. Yeah, if you can never come back from it. And Amy was close to fully never coming back from it until they destroyed it.
Hmm.
But they do. And actually, to correct you on your summary, so Grimer was destroying the robot because it shot and let them out of the bubble, and he got upset because it wasn't list. It didn't listen that one time, and he ended up destroying it completely,
Oh.
and also the other robots. That's why Eggman was like, I got a little carried away. So yeah, it's a good conclusion, and Amy is now part of the series forever and becomes a major part.
She cannot go back to her normal life because she'll just be immediately arrested.
Yep. So
So,
she's now a freedom fighter and stays as a major member of the freedom fighters for a good time. I might say the actual leader, but that's for later stuff. The actual real leader. So that's for later stuff. But in the end, we get a first appearance of Metallics, aka Metal Sonic.
yeah, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. Um, in silhouette, and I like this. It's good foreshadowing.
Yeah. At this point in time, I mean, if you haven't played the game, it's very clearly called it's Metal Sonic. It's called he calls it Operation Metallics, but that silhouette is very much a familiar Metal Sonic.
Yeah, in his tube. The tube that reminds me a lot of the tube from the Sonic OVA. Wait, no, not exactly. That was like an orb thingy. Um, and they both and as traditions, as they first since they first appeared in the same game together, Metallic and Amy first appear in the same comic,
Well, same story.
same story, first appear in the same story together, foreverly linked,
Yep. Well, you can't
and
have
that's
one
something
without the
way
other.
deeper.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, you can't have one without the other. They're both major players in all this.
and also they first appeared in the first game together, so they have to be in the same. They have to make the same appearance. But yeah, it's a good story. I like the good setup. Introduce Robotnik's new form. How he's gonna keep for the majority of this comic until they go back, kind of back.
Hmm.
You have anything else to add?
Not really. No.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
Let's move
want to
on.
go to the next story. Oh,
Yeah.
also for Amy's first appearance, she ends up captured. Uh, not a good look, Amy, but you're gonna get better. I know you will.
Well, I mean, it's probably more in line with the game because the first thing that
That's true.
yeah, she was immediately captured.
That's true.
Uh,
She wasn't really captured in the game. Except this time it wasn't by Metal, it was by Grimer.
yeah. This time, let's move on to issue number 23. And this time we have a Sonic cover art that's surprisingly festive. It's about Easter and Sonic and a Flicky along with a Johnny Lightfoot being trapped inside an egg and with a nice little
Oh,
bow being tied up by Robotnik himself. I gotta say, it's
oh,
really good. I love how Robotnik looks. He looks absolutely menacing.
yeah. Also, I love how you just call all the rabbits now, or their species name is just Johnny Lightfoot to you. Okay.
I mean, well, no, 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 not every rabbit, every gray rabbit.
Every gray rabbit. It's just the species name, Johnny Lightfoot. So yeah, it's a good cover. They actually funny enough what I said before, they actually add some kind of menace to like the adventure design.
Yeah, they
I mean,
make
not
it.
event. Yeah, Avengers.
Yeah, that we see in the cover. Robotnik looks absolutely like gnarly, um, like crooked teeth and everything, like a real well
Eyes really
villain.
low down.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
But
let's go on to
we'll
the
s- we'll see plenty more of that later.
contents inside.
Yeah, and we open with Sonic in Pirates of the Mystic Cave. We open with Sonic, Johnny Lightfoot, Tails, and Porker Lewis exploring the Mystic Cave zone. They're immediately attacked by badniks, and they have to figure out which way to go to get past these barriers and the steel doors, flashers, and whatever mysterious things are hiding within. So, as they're going, as they go along, they meet a pirate named Captain Plunder, and these guys are known as the Mystic Cave Pirates. Meanwhile, Amy was also captured, and Tails is about to be forced to walk the deck, and I'm sorry, to walk the plank. And as he falls in, Sonic goes in to attack, and sometimes he just forgets that Tails can just fly. I guess everyone just legitimately forgets that.
Tails
Sonic,
forgot because Sonic said because Tails is like Sonic's like Tails, you can fly, you idiot. Like, oh yeah.
yep, you're right. Sonic goes in and gives a nice supersonic spin attack to Captain Plunder's chest, and they box it out. Meanwhile, um, Amy goes and announces that Sonic is never gonna give up the Chaos Emeralds, and that it turns out which is Captain Plunder's real goal here. Um, and there is an uneasy alliance between them, and that's where we end.
Okay, so I actually have like 1,000 things to say. According to what my notes is, I have long notes here. Um, story. More badniks without any people inside of them, proving that Robotnik actually does not need the animals inside. He just
Yeah,
does it to be cruel.
which is which is also a trait that's held over by by Dr. Eggman as well. He he just kidnaps animals because he doesn't need to use them. I mean, they're used as batteries, sure, but like he doesn't actually need to use them all the time. He makes badniks without them. He's just a dick.
So so we get introduced to Captain Plunder, another one of those villains that aren't Robotnik. And this guy look at this dude, looks
This guy,
completely cash. I can't even tell what animal he is, but damn,
this
he
guy
got
is
the
a pirate and a villain, and he is gonna let you know it.
he got the drip. Look at this, the freaking necklace with a star in it, the sword, the cape, the 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 hook with the weird circles all over it. The weird beret on the side that kind of looks like a jellyfish with a skull. The weird little metal bird. Dang, that guy looks cash. He looks good. Not really a Sonic. Yeah, I could see him as like a Sonic boss design. Sonic bosses already always have like different proportions than everyone else. What do you think, Anthony?
Maybe. Um,
I could
hard to.
kind of see
He is
as like
definitely.
main villain, sort of like Captain Whiskers. So like Captain Whiskers, kind of Eggman thing, where they have like their own separate bodies designed from the rest of the people. His men, most definitely not.
Yeah, he.
They're
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell he is, but yeah,
yeah, I can't
he's.
tell what animal he's supposed to be. The tusk make me think walrus though,
Mhm.
but the fur on the hand makes me think otherwise. Unless he's supposed to be furry. I don't know. But yeah, his crew of rat people, and I love his one crewmate, the Ghost. Also, it's the first supernatural thing we see in Sonic.
And he doesn't really question it.
Yeah. I love the excuse, just like, why are you a ghost? Captain Plunge is like, oh yeah, a ghost. I killed him myself.
He-
Yeah, I took an extra. It's like that's what I get for taking that extra biscuit.
What's worse is that he's like, it's my fault. He's like, yeah, it was my fault. And so it's like, man, even Stockholm syndrome follows you in the afterlife.
Yep. So first ghost we see. Captain Plunder can. First time in Pirates. Pirates we see in Sonic
Yep.
before Rush.
Rush Adventure to be more specific.
Yeah, before Rush Adventure. Um, Another thing the games took from the British comics, as we could all see, Captain Whiskers stepped behind. You got the first Sonic pirate right here. But jokes aside, I like this story. Amy really got the sign because at first you're thinking, because when you're reading the story, at first you're thinking Amy got captured again, and you're thinking, dang, wow, she really is. You think of how Sonic did in the beginning of the story, where he's like, dang, she really is useless. But in the end, she saved everybody. Well, at least not saved everyone, but ended the conflict by negotiating the deal.
Yep. And that will be a reoccurring thing that she clearly knows more than she lets on, and she's got a good head on her shoulders for these kind of things.
Yeah, very leaderly, very leader-like,
Yep.
you might say. Took a first step forward. Captain Plunder wants the Chaos Emeralds in this.
Which is
Another mention, a second mention to them.
yep. Which is kind of funny because let's be
Oh,
honest, we kind of forgot about them. I mean, it looks like
yeah,
the comics kind of forgot them for a bit. I mean, sure, there was Supersonic a few issues ago, but no mention of the Chaos Emeralds.
yeah, he wants them. Because he wants to have the most, because the most precious jewel in Morbius. So the Chaos Emeralds are a known thing that everyone just knows about.
Yep.
They aren't
Uh,
like a secret, and it's all known that Sonic knows about it.
it's also pointed out that Captain Plunder does not work for Robotnik. He stole those badniks.
Yeah, which would make him the first villain that's not connected to, well, besides the Tails side story, but the first main story villain that is not connected to Robotnik whatsoever,
Yep.
besides stealing his badniks. Actually
Yep.
makes me think, if they stole the badniks, what did they do with the animals inside? I guess we
No.
probably don't want to know that.
Well, as we well, listen, if he was cruel enough to kill his own teammate.
That's true. We probably don't want to know what happened to them.
Yep.
Then again, we probably don't want to have the idea of what the Sonic characters eat. If
Hey,
Sonic eats a hot dog, is he eating Porker Lewis's relative?
maybe. I mean, yeah, I think it's been confirmed that I mean, that's actual meat in those chili dogs. So,
No, there's only one way.
yep. That's why there's no Porker Lewis in the main games.
Sonic saw him. It's just like, so Sonic accidentally licked a pig once and was just like, "This is good." Like he had some chili on it, but if I put chili on this, he's like, "Sonic, what's wrong?" Hmm. And then Tails is like, "What are you eating?" A chili dog.
Where'd you get one?
That's the
Hey, Tails, are you interested in a chili dog?
well, Tails is a fox. He eats a lot. He can eat a lot of the animals he's friends with. Honestly,
Including Sonic, because technically
yeah.
foxes do eat hedgehogs.
So yeah, he could eat Sonic. It's like, wow, Sonic, this tastes like you. It's like, what was that? Nothing.
Is this what Sonic tastes like? What? What?
Mm.
But
Oh, also another thing about his design, I like the little wheel that he has instead of the peg leg. Just notice that.
yeah, so he's not wobbling everywhere. He's just moving one leg and the other one just follows.
Yeah, but pirates. Well, what? But pirates. We're only on part one of this story. Captain Plunder shows back up, and just tell you, in the old comic in general, he shows back up a lot. He is a big villain in this series.
Yes, he is.
Uh, so yeah, good moment for Amy Rose. It really shows it really shows her character is more than just a damsel, more than just someone to get kidnapped, and it shows some. Oh, also another thing, Johnny from the back also has the weird Sonic symbol on his back, just like Porker does. So it wasn't just a thing Porker has. No, I like to imagine Sonic gave in these jackets, and they just is like, "Thanks, Sonic," and they didn't notice the symbol on the back, and it just is like, "Well, I guess we have this.
Yeah.
I guess we're stuck with them."
I guess it's to really show that Sonic is supposed to be a symbol of freedom in this, but not
Oh,
this
that's
iteration of
true.
Sonic. I'm more willing to
Well, he
believe.
is a symbol.
I mean, yeah. I'm more willing to believe it for other like Archie for something. Hell, even the cartoons. But I don't know. This Sonic is. I mean, he's still definitely a guy for
Oh, he
freedom.
is fighting.
Yeah, he's fighting for freedom, but like I don't know. He's not a leader I would follow. Now the Amy Rose
Plus,
though,
he
I
is
will follow her as a leader.
yeah. It's almost like she could take over, but that won't happen. This isn't Forces.
Ooh.
All right. You want to move on to the next issue?
Yep. And we are coming into one of my personal favorite issues. This time though, let's start with the cover. It's not Sonic. Anyways, let's go into the summary of the story.
Go
We
on.
we get into the Sonic Terminator, Part 1. We start off with Sonic rushing through Robotnik's base, and he's immediately sidelined by something else that streaks by. It's a familiar silhouette. He's knocked down and he's shocked on the floor by this mysterious stranger. Grimer appears, telling the mysterious foe to back off. He's finished. Turns out it's not actually a Sonic, but a Sonic doll. And it looks like it was target practice for this new metallic ally of Robotnik, and it's time for Operation Terminate Sonic. Meanwhile, we cut back to the Emerald Hill Zone, where where the animals and the villagers are being rounded up by Robotnik's fleet, and Sonic rushes back to meet with the rest of his team. And as they're about to set off on a plan to stop them, they're surrounded by troopers and they take them all. But not before they meet the um what is this guy's name? One of it Robotnik's
Name. I
it,
checked. They never named him.
okay, we'll just call him. Oh, it's no, it's on his vest. Trusk.
Tusk.
No, it's
Trust.
he. Yeah. Turns out that one of the fleets come down and they meet Trusk, one of Robotnik's enforcers, and they are about to be sent to the Vago Fortress, um, Robotnik's processing plant. Fun fact: the Vago Fortress is actually the set piece of the fortress that you scale up in Sonic Spinball. Anyways, Trusk is immediately stopped and attacked. I mean, Trusk's fleet is immediately stopped and attacked by Captain Plunder's pirates. They attack them and happen to free the freedom fighters. Um, and Trusk is taken captive. But um, uh,
But yeah, Johnny. But yeah, so they stopped the guy. Johnny. After that, one the ghost guy that works for Captain Plunder then talks to Porker Lewis, and he accidentally lets it slip where the Chaos Emeralds are. The ghost guy, Captain Plunder, and his men leave, and Porker Lewis goes to try to tell Sonic.
yep, and we end with that cliffhanger right there. And
Yep.
that's it for now. Of course, what are your thoughts? Art once again, Richard Elson, and script by Nigel Kitching. This
The
is
goat. So,
yep. This is gonna be pretty goddamn annoying to mention this every time, but listen. It sometimes
eh,
artists change, so
but yeah, the goat. So Yeah, the story I like the build up to Metal Sonic, the beginning build up.
Yeah, like it's definitely it treats it more like that Metal Sonic is a killing machine and something that is being tested to make sure of. And
Well, they call it the Sonic Terminator in this story, in the
yep,
head subheader. But yeah, the good build up to him. He defeats the other robot Sonic.
which is it's a pretty good convincing copy.
Yep. He defeats it, does his like overload power that he has in the game and shocks him.
Oh, the V Mach Overdrive.
Yeah, the Mark overdrive and shocks him until its head pops off. Yeah, we had the build up for that. So Amy's here, and Amy makes the first appearance of Amy. They get captured. Porco Lewis, some more characterization. Johnny Lightfoot's all about like telling Sonic we need a plan. Porco Lewis is nervous. We seem to. I like the little characterization. Amy's the crossbow in the third panel. Little picture that makes its first appearance
Yep, and that's going to be our trusty sidearm for well the entirety of this
ever.
comic series.
She
Um,
never gets her hammer.
yeah, we don't see technically we never seen Amy's hammer until Sonic the Fighter. So,
Yeah, so I
at
got
the
it's understandable.
yeah, so at the time of this comic, Sonic the Fighter wasn't going to be out for like another couple years, maybe a year. Um, so
So the
yeah, it
people who
was
are making this comic was like, Amy's gonna be a fighter, so we need to give her something.
yeah, and
So
even
crossbows are pretty good weapon.
yep, and when it became an official weapon of hers, the Pico Pico hammer, it was kind of already too late to switch weapons, especially from what was a crossbow to a toy mallet. I think it was pretty fair to just stick with the crossbow.
Not just a crossbow. We'll see in later stories, archery in general is just her thing. She's just a good marksman,
Mhm.
which I find is a cool trait that she has in this.
Do you think she has a cousin that's like a Robin Hood kind of thing?
Yeah, but I was about to mention that. It's funny that in like the Archie universe, she has a cousin who has trait is archery as well. Weird parallels. It's always weird when you find those weird parallels.
Yeah,
And he's from the British side of Morbius too. It's so weird when you find those. You see that like, oh yeah, and he's from the British side of Morbius too, and British Amy also has a crossbow. Wasn't done on purpose at all. It was just a coincidence, just a weird coincidence.
Mhm. Yes, it was.
So yeah, we see the third Morbian that helps Robotnik without like anything else. The first one we saw with Megatox. Next was the Coyote guy, and now this guy, Trusk.
Yep.
The, no one actually says his name in this. I don't know. I think he looks cool.
He is
The
a
front side.
he is a boar and he looks pretty feral and he has a pretty cool design. So, I like
Yep.
him.
I don't remember if we ever see him again. I think yeah, we don't.
I don't
He's
know. He's
sad.
immediately captured and rounded up, so
I assume Captain Plumber's people kill, so
I
he might
mean,
just be done.
yeah,
Well,
Captain Plunder
Yeah, they
kills.
do. Captain Plumber killed one of his men.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
he threw
so
Tails off the plank just not knowing that he could fly, so he was out to kill him.
yep. So yeah, we get a continuation of the whole Chaos Emeralds with Captain Plunder thing. He learns the location of Porco Lewis, who accidentally and pretty stupidly tells one of Captain Plunder's men.
Yeah. Which is man, that's not gonna bite him in the ass or anything.
Also, I like that they remembered the deal. Also, I like how this relates to the deal. We never mentioned it last time. So the deal that Amy made with them was that so Robotnik airships carry supplies and stuff, and Captain Plunder, from what we can gather, is a sky pirate, not an actual like sea pirate. Well, I guess they could go into the sea too, but mostly it seems like they're just sky pirates. So Amy says we they know the location of all of like Eggman's sky fortresses or like sky like planes, and it would give that to Captain Plunder to help him steal for money. And in this, they fight one of Eggman on his planes, and they attack that with them.
Yep.
And,
This they provide the locations, and Captain Plunder provides the muscle.
so yeah, it's a good little continuation of the little deal they had.
Up until Porkaloo screwed that up.
Yep. He got too chummy with them,
Yep.
forgetting that they were the enemy. That despite the deal, they're still like murderous pirates.
Yep. And we won't be able to see the repercussions of that until next issue, but it's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah. Overall, like I say, it's a good like basically in the starting point for this story. You see a build up to a mysterious villain. You see the continuation of the Captain Plunder stuff. This story is now full serialization here.
Yep. We're starting to get into some really interesting spots.
Yeah. So that was our
Six.
last issue
Yep. Our what's it?
of
Six issue patch batch.
yeah. So overall, I have to say this was a good batch. I like this batch.
Yep. I liked it too. We had some good points.
So
Other than that one issue with the very mediocre art, uh,
yeah, with the
overall the art
Eagles.
was very consistent and very good. But that's mainly because most of it, like almost all of it, was done by Richard Elson. So not really a fair
Yeah,
comparison.
except for the one with Eddie Hillier, but he's pretty good himself, so it didn't like jog it out.
Yeah,
Huh?
I said yeah. No, I agreed.
Yeah. Uh, a pretty good set. We have the we got the full Freedom Fighters. I forgot to mention, we have the full Freedom Fighters for the rest of the series. This is the main cast.
Yep.
Everyone's been introduced. Porker Lewis, Johnny Lightfoot, Tails, Amy. It's gonna be the main cast.
So get used to them.
Yeah. We got some good we got some finally some characterization of Porker and Johnny. Johnny's like the more serious. It's like a serious foil to Sonic, always telling him where's the plan and he needs to think things out more.
Yeah.
They
Uh,
give Porker more of the genius stuff and Tails, and also like the more nervous side.
yeah. So we got the straight man and we've got the brains of the operation. We've got the muscle that's Sonic, and we've got the backup, which is Tails supposed to be. And we've got the range, and the leader is and the range and the planner is Amy. So I'm saying
Yep,
this is a pretty well-rounded team right now.
yep. You know what? I'm gonna list since I have them all listed here. I can't wait until there's- I actually it'll be funny comparing them to the other freedom fighters we're gonna see throughout this franchise. Kind of a term that they always like to use.
Yep.
But yeah, this was a good couple issues. I feel like I'm just repeating ourselves here. Um, do you have it? If you don't have anything else to say, you want to end the podcast?
All right. So this has been a Supersonic page turner. My name is Anthony. Thank you for listening along with us and with my good friend here, Tom.
Oh,
And if you have anything you want to say before we head out,
yeah, good issues. I can't wait to get into metallics.
yeah. And we will see you guys next week with the introduction of Metallics, or as I prefer to call him, the Metal Sonic. Later.